In a small village in the heart of Africa, there lived a renowned herbalist named Kofi. He was respected far and wide for his knowledge of plants and remedies, which he used to heal the sick and protect the community. Kofi had one daughter, Amma, whom he cherished above all else. Amma was kind-hearted and beautiful, beloved by everyone in the village. One fateful day, a terrible drought struck the land. Crops withered, rivers dried up, and the animals began to die of thirst. The villagers were desperate, and they turned to Kofi for a solution. After many sleepless nights, Kofi remembered a forgotten ritual that had the power to bring rain. However, the ritual required a grave sacrifice. Kofi was torn, for the sacrifice demanded the life of someone pure and innocent. The village elders and people, desperate for relief, pressured Kofi, knowing that his daughter was the only one who fit the criteria. Amma, understanding the gravity of the situation and the suffering of her people, volunteered herself. With a heavy heart, Kofi agreed, knowing it was the only way to save his village. The ritual required that Kofi, as the herbalist, perform the act himself. On the chosen day, the village gathered at the sacred grove. Kofi prepared the ritual with trembling hands. As he pounded the ceremonial herbs and spices in a large mortar, tears streamed down his face. His daughter stood before him, serene and resolute. In the final moments, Kofi's hand shook as he raised the pestle. Amma placed her hand on his and whispered, "Do not be afraid, father. This is for the good of our people." With a heavy heart, Kofi brought down the pestle, symbolically ending the life of his beloved daughter. As Amma's spirit left her body, the sky darkened, and a rumble of thunder echoed through the village. The clouds gathered, and rain began to pour down, drenching the parched earth. The villagers rejoiced, but Kofi's heart was broken. He had saved his people, but at an unimaginable cost. Years later, the village flourished once more, and the story of Amma's sacrifice was told to every child. Kofi continued his work as a herbalist, his eyes always reflecting the loss of his daughter. The villagers honored Amma's memory by naming the new river that flowed through their land after her, ensuring that her sacrifice would never be forgotten. As the years passed, Kofi found solace in the knowledge that Amma's sacrifice had not been in vain. The land was lush and fertile, and the village prospered like never before. However, the weight of his daughter's death never left him, haunting his dreams and waking moments alike. One day, while foraging for herbs deep in the forest, Kofi stumbled upon a peculiar plant he had never seen before. Its leaves were vibrant green, and it emitted a faint, soothing glow. Intrigued, Kofi carefully harvested a sample and took it back to his hut to study. Over time, Kofi discovered that this plant had remarkable properties. It could heal wounds instantly, purify water, and even rejuvenate the most withered crops. He named it the Amma plant in honor of his daughter and began to share its benefits with the villagers. The plant's miraculous abilities soon became widely known, and people from distant lands came to seek Kofi's aid. One night, as Kofi sat by the fire in his hut, an old woman appeared at his door. She was cloaked in shadows, but her voice was gentle and familiar. "Kofi," she said, "you have endured much pain and loss, but your daughter's spirit lives on, not just in memory, but in this very plant." Kofi was taken aback.
"Who are you?" he asked.
The old woman stepped into the light, revealing herself to be a spirit of the forest. "I am a guardian of this land," she said. "Amma's sacrifice was a blessing to us all, and her pure spirit imbued this plant with its miraculous powers. It is her gift to you and to the village for all eternity." Kofi's eyes filled with tears as he realized the truth. The Amma plant was a symbol of his daughter's love and sacrifice, a living testament to her purity and courage. From that day forward, Kofi dedicated his life to nurturing the Amma plant and teaching others about its wondrous properties. The village thrived like never before, with the Amma plant providing for their every need. Kofi's pain gradually gave way to a profound sense of peace, knowing that his daughter's spirit was always with him. The story of Amma's sacrifice and the miracle of the Amma plant became a cornerstone of the village's heritage, passed down through generations as a symbol of love, resilience, and the enduring power of selflessness. Kofi lived to a ripe old age, respected and beloved by all. When he passed away, the villagers buried him beside the sacred grove, where the first Amma plant had been discovered. His spirit, too, became a guardian of the land, forever intertwined with the legacy of his daughter. And so, the tale of Kofi and Amma lived on, a timeless reminder that even in the darkest times, the light of love and sacrifice can bring about the most extraordinary miracles. Years after Kofi's passing, the village continued to flourish, its prosperity rooted in the teachings and legacy of Kofi and Amma. The sacred grove, where Kofi was buried, became a place of pilgrimage. People traveled from far and wide to pay their respects and seek blessings from the spirits of the land. One day, a young woman named Nia arrived in the village. She had heard stories of the Amma plant and the miraculous healing it provided. Nia was a healer from a distant land, and her village was suffering from a mysterious illness that no one could cure. Desperate to save her people, she journeyed to the sacred grove, hoping to find the answers she sought. The villagers welcomed Nia warmly and guided her to the sacred grove. There, she knelt before the graves of Kofi and Amma, silently praying for guidance. As she touched the soil, she felt a gentle warmth spread through her body. She looked up and saw the vibrant Amma plant glowing softly in the moonlight. Inspired, Nia spent several weeks in the village, learning about the Amma plant and its properties. The elders, who had been taught by Kofi himself, shared their knowledge freely. Nia was a quick learner, and soon she was ready to return to her village with a small but precious sample of the Amma plant. Before leaving, Nia visited the sacred grove one last time. As she stood there, she felt a presence beside her. Turning, she saw the faint, shimmering figure of Amma. Amma's spirit smiled at her, and in that moment, Nia understood that she was being entrusted with a great responsibility. "Take this gift to your people," Amma's spirit whispered. "Use it wisely, and remember the sacrifice that brought it to life." Nia bowed her head in gratitude, then set off on her journey home. When she arrived, she immediately began to use the Amma plant to treat the sick. To her amazement and relief, the plant's healing properties worked just as they had in Kofi's village. The mysterious illness was cured, and Nia's people were saved. Word of the Amma plant spread even further, and soon healers from many lands came to learn its secrets. Nia became a respected figure, not just in her village, but across the entire region. She always made sure to honor the memory of Kofi and Amma, teaching others about their story and the importance of selflessness and sacrifice. In time, Nia returned to Kofi's village, bringing with her new stories of healing and hope. She and the villagers worked together to cultivate more Amma plants, ensuring that their blessings could reach even more people in need. The sacred grove became a center of healing and learning, a place where the legacy of Kofi and Amma continued to grow. The story of Amma's sacrifice and the miracle of the Amma plant became a cherished part of many cultures, a symbol of the enduring power of love and the extraordinary impact one life can have on the world. Through the generations, people continued to tell the tale, finding inspiration and strength in the memory of a father and daughter who changed their world forever.